Hello and welcome back to Encounter Proposal. This episode is a HypoCRITS episode where we get really judgmental about complete strangers' ability to play board games good. I'm, as always, the Critical Failure Will, joined by my good friend and game master.
Hello, I am Kyle.
He is Kyle. He is still Kyle.
It is me. I don't know why I said it robotically like that.
I say it robotically every week. I think we've set up a trap at the end of the at the end of the intro that whoever isn't saying the intro has to be like, and I am me.
Oh, and I'm also here. Yeah, it's just a bear trap intro. It's great.
I wrote it, so I should. It's my fault.
I like it.
I,
No, it's great.
I set the
You have to
trap.
write me my lines.
Yeah, I write Kyle's intro every week. That's why it's so complimentary.
Yeah.
Should I write it to make it sound like you wrote it?
Is this going to be a joke at the expense of my literacy?
No, it was going to be a joke at the expense of your country.
No! What does that mean?
It's going to be Borda.
Come after us. No! Don't you fucking... That was good, though. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I thought that was going to be way worse.
I'm not going to out of nowhere change my kind of person and just be a bigot for a little bit.
The amount of people that I know who are like, oh, I'm actually on Duolingo for Welsh. And it's like, why?
I did Duolingo for Welsh for COVID.
Why?
Over COVID. Oh well, and I know Borda, Nosta. Is Ilia anything?
I could not tell you.
Didim Dioch.
Oh, that's no thank you.
There you go. I got some things. I just don't know what they mean.
Oh my god.
Did we in Hoffy Coffee? That's something. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? That's not Welsh.
That's I don't like coffee was the other one.
Yeah. Which isn't true.
Have you
So the phrases I know are good morning, which it never is.
false?
Good night, which it
No.
never is. And I don't like coffee, which is a blatant lie.
Caffeine riddled this man.
Yeah. I remember I got to a point where I was like, the word for man is woman. I got really lost.
Yeah, it's something. I tried my best. I honestly tried. Not happening.
Not happening.
Not happening.
Whereas if I was to
Learn
learn
at school.
the Wiltshire language, that's just how they talk to sheepdogs, isn't it? It's never gone bad.
Oh man.
How are
I
you?
didn't know border collies were like Welsh. I'm good.
Are they?
How are you?
I'm
Yeah.
alright. That's taking me off. They're Welsh.
Yeah, I know. I
No.
thought that was weird. I was like, oh damn, everybody's got one.
Yeah.
Around here at least.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's one of my echo chamber things. Is just like, oh, everybody's got a border collie, and I think in any other country they're just not common at all. I bet.
Oh yeah, yeah. That is one of your echo chamber things.
Yeah, like,
Everyone has a
'cause-
border
'cause I
collie.
mean, surely, like around you too, you've got loads of people who just have
Scotty dogs.
like collies, right? Oh, really?
Scotty dogs, Westies, and then Alsatians. That's it.
Oh, I would have thought that border collies were really common because like farming country.
No, there's a couple. German Shepherds. Belgian Shepherds. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful is the Belgian
Gorgeous
Shepherd.
dogs.
I can't do... the sheep. The sheep, she is... the sheep, she is not in the...
She's not listening to
She's
me.
not listening. The sheep, she's not in the cage. The only Belgian person I know is Poirot. So,
Yeah, me too.
I really thought he was French.
No, wait, no. It's another... I did not think he was French. Don't slander.
Le Poirot.
Le...
Le Poirot.
He loves to sit under the Eiffel Tower with his
And he goes, me, me, me.
croissant. I actually really like the newest Poirot movie.
I've seen all of the new ones. Which ones are you on about?
Oh my god.
Death on the Nile.
I liked it so much.
Right, you liked it so... Was it on a train? Was it on a boat? Or was it in a house?
It was in a house. It was the newest one.
Oh, yeah, I like that one as well.
It was really good.
No spoilers for
I
the
think-
house one, other than it was good.
No, it's fairly new, right? Like it only
Mm.
came out like November time last year.
Yeah. Well, best not spoil any Agatha Christie stuff. That's kind of like her rule.
Oh really?
Yeah. She wrote that
I mean,
play.
to be fair,
Anyway.
Murder on the Orient Express never got to me, and that was the first time I'd actually seen that ending. so
Wow,
it's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is like a respect thing with her works that they don't spoil them, which is nice. I wish they'd do that for superhero movies. So that they
Well,
don't
if-
suck anymore.
if Thanos had a tiny mustache, maybe more people would have
Ah,
listened
yeah.
to him. That out of context.
Thanos had a tiny. Ooh, we had our own Thanos with a tiny mustache, and he gave it his best.
No. Oh fuck. What are we doing today?
Today, it's a hypocrites episode. So you
There it is.
hopefully have brought some examples of people for me to judge. You've
I
had
have.
you've got some entries for the burn book, I believe.
Oh, I really do. Oh, that's very topical considering that Mean Girls. What did you think of Mean Girls? I know you went to see it opening night.
Hey, I like the movie. I think that
Did you actually watch the movie?
no, the original movie.
You watched the original movie?
I do, yeah.
Give us a
I
summary
did, yeah.
before we start.
Girls are mean. New girl joins.
Fuck
She's
off.
from.
That is not
No.
your whole review of the
My
movie.
review of the first movie is I don't think that is it Lindsay Lohan
Yeah.
pulls off the I was raised in South Africa
Oh,
aspect
no.
of the movie. I think that doesn't. I think that lands a little flat when they were like, Lindsay Lohan, natural African, South African,
That's so.
because she's meant to be like raised in South Africa, so she's more used to lions than she is used to girls. Because they don't have girls in South Africa; they have sugar men.
Yeah, okay, I'm following you so far.
And she rocks up at this new school, and she's like, "I like lions," and they're like, "Well, it's cool that you like lions. We like wearing pink on Wednesdays and using our breasts to tell if it's going to rain or not." So she gets bullied, and then she decides to pretend to be cool so that she can bully the bullies. That's my review. I think that's what happens. And
I didn't know that was where the Wednesdays pink
yeah,
thing came from.
there's a bunch of there's no diversity in this movie.
No, I would imagine
There's
not.
like
Lindsay
two
Lohan is a-
two black characters, one gay guy. That's about it. Well, and one, I think she's not lesbian, but they bully her for it. So
Oh,
very nice. But the new movie isn't about that movie at all.
no, it's about the musical.
It's about the musical.
Thank you for joining us on a Mean Girls podcast.
I hope
today.
I hope that they make more movies about musicals and not tell people they're musicals. I think that's very funny.
They've done so many so far. This is like the third one
I
this year.
I
and we're
think-
in
I think-
February.
I think Oppenheimer is a real curveball. I wasn't expecting that one.
No, but I did like the number on the atomic bomb. That was pretty good.
That was
The actual,
clever.
like,
I wasn't expecting the to do like a beat drop as it landed.
No, that was pretty good though.
Lin-Manuel
the
Miranda.
reverbed beat drum.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, he knocked it out of the park again with this historical,
I wish that you could commission him to write musicals because I would just be like,
Carl, which
DJ musical, please.
which historical event, which historical person or event would you have Lin-Manuel Miranda? Is that his name?
Yeah, that's close enough.
Lin- Linda Miranda from the Miranda program. What would you?
Linda Hamilton, yes.
Alexander Bruno Hamilton.
I would have him play.
You'd have him play.
Uh,
Oh, that's gonna make
Oh wait, we.
Mary Curie difficult. No, I'm.
No. Oh god, I don't know. What's a good one? I'd love to see him as Beetlejuice. I think that would
Him
annoy
as
a lot of
Beetlejuice. That's
people.
not a historical event.
Oh, okay. I thought we just.
I like
okay,
it. I like
historical
it. I think it would annoy everyone.
then. I'm trying to think of something that isn't too tall. Because initially I was like, oh, what about the submarine? Oh, that's still
Yeah.
too like. That feels like an edgy choice.
Is that an edgy choice? A bunch of billionaires die in a tub.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, yeah, kind of, right?
I don't know. There'll be a couple of horror movies about it, and then no one will care again.
Yeah. The Hindenburg. There we go. I want
Again,
him to write a musical from inside the Hindenburg.
this is because you think you could survive the Hindenburg. This is what this
just
is about.
Jump.
This is your. This is your like.
It's obvious.
I don't know if it's like a. It's not even a hero complex. You just think you could live through it.
No. Yes. Oh God.
You're
Honestly, if I was there.
You're the Christopher Nolan of blimps.
Oh no.
For those of you who don't know, Christopher Nolan's inspiration for writing Avatar was that he thinks that if if the indigenous people of America knew what they were fighting for, they would have tried harder.
Oh God.
That's horrific. And he was like, I'll make a movie about blue aliens.
Just
Oh,
Jesus.
musical Hindenburg.
Hmm.
I like it. Is he playing the
Thank
Hindenburg?
you. Yeah, it's a blimp. It cuts to like a Cars style, like floating blimp every now and again.
I'm gonna do it. No.
Its only line is power lines, and then it goes.
Nom, nom, nom. I really fancy some power lines.
Cell tower.
I
Yeah.
think I think I'd have him do some sort of like hostage film. I think a hostage negotiation film would be good as a musical. I think there's room there.
The like GCSE drama cuts to the audience. That'd be
Yeah.
great, actually. Yeah.
Don't talk to
Oh.
strangers. Strangers.
Strangers hold up banks. They cut back.
Bank.
Yeah, I
Riverbank.
watched them.
Riverbank.
Oh no! It's
Drowning.
It's in slam poetry, death
It's in
poetry,
slam poetry.
poetry?
I walk up to the
Awful.
accountant for amounts of.
No.
Thing is, that's
Right.
Lin-Manuel Miranda does slam poetry, but he's got such a
Does he?
wimpy voice that you can't tell that's what he's doing.
It's
You
just
know?
how he talks.
Yeah. If people talk like him all the time, you wouldn't know someone was aggravated. Like
People
you
seemed
physically
quite
can't
annoyed.
tell.
People seemed quite annoyed that he was playing Hermes in Thing. It seems like a decent pick for him in the Olympians.
Yeah. I don't know because it was what's his name? It was Firefly Man. It was Castle. It was Nathan Fillion. There you go. Before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'd be mad
Oh,
because
I
he's
prefer
cool.
him.
He's
Yeah,
cool.
he is
And
cool.
Lin-Manuel Miranda's like, I'm
At
gonna
least,
bring you parcels from the sky. And you're like, what are you
at
doing
least they
here?
went, like, at least they didn't go like, Linda, you will be Zeus.
That's true.
You know. I do actually
Firebolts,
kind of
my
want
salt, my son is.
him. I'd actually, yeah, I want him to play the new God of War thing coming out. I want him
Oh,
to
he's
play
gonna be
Kratos.
Kratos.
Yeah.
My daughter's
And then the
ashes
guy who
are in
voices
my
Kratos
skin.
can be the boy.
Father, please,
Mother.
when will you
Quiet,
let me
boy.
leave to be on my own?
Oh, are we scrapping this whole thing? Oh no, I think
God of War,
that's
sir.
no Kratos slam poetry would be horrendous. Do you have a D4 to hand?
um, yes.
Roll it.
And by D4, I mean I have a rubber that says yes, no, true, false on it.
Oh my god. Okay, what did it say?
No,
Oh, what number is a no for you?
Two.
That's number one. Okay, okay.
no,
Um,
well, no
So
zero, but
this is a light-hearted one to start, and I think this is kind of interesting. Do you want me to read the names of these, or do you think I just get straight into the story?
I think go straight into the story and end with the name like a horror story would. You know.
Because Redditors very famously horrible at writing stories.
What?
Just this, like, these are always like, well, if you're trying to read the story, they're like Stephen King. They write the ending. I'm sure
Yeah.
that the first pass through of it was called "Little Boy Dies in Sewer."
It was called. It
Um,
was called Gangbang in tunnel. It was called. God, we gotta get to the magical bicycle before this scene.
Oh. So the story goes. So this was about 1.5 years ago, and this particular player, who's actually a really nice guy, albeit a strange D&D player, is still a part of our group, but no longer DMing. Now, as a dungeon master, he had quite a few quirks. For example, he insisted we have extremely long shopping sprees at the start of a session. Combat would last literal sessions sometimes, and
And he
he sometimes
He had control over ice and
Fallout.
fire. He had control over both the elements of ice and fire. That was his quirk.
He played Fallout while running sessions.
Huh? He did.
So
Which Fallout?
It doesn't say, which I'm quite annoyed about because I'm wondering if it's like the point and click or if it is like 76.
Yeah, because one of them requires like point and click. You could do. Depends
You
how
can get
like
away with
ADD
it.
you are. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you need two things at once, that's chill.
I was gonna say because I know you guys draw during sessions. I find that's like doesn't take away, so it's a pretty
Yeah,
easy one.
that's my note taking system as I draw things.
Yeah, I find that sometimes I don't know if this is a no, it's fine. I note taking for me makes me absolutely lose whatever I was just listening to. Like I try taking notes during sessions, and I am constantly the guy going, "What? Can you repeat that? Sorry, where am I? It's not my turn.
I'm the
It
same.
is
I'm the
my
same.
turn.
What was that guy called? Could you do that
Who am I
monologue
playing
again,
again?
please?
I'm Strahd, correct?
You're not going to be taking notes as the DM. I wonder what could happen next.
Oh. So yeah, what are we doing? And he just sort of like, oh,
I mean, yeah,
honestly,
yeah, take notes of what's happening as a DM. But you know what I mean.
yes, yeah, please. Just I am awful at paying attention. Even then, I got a text and I just completely lost what we were talking about for about 2 seconds.
Anyway, he's just there like, I'd like to attack this wolf. He goes, oh, why would you attack the wolf? You're the Brotherhood of Steel. Hang on, no, that's the other guy. What do
Oh
you mean,
my god.
wolf?
So the story continues. Now, one of the strangest quirks he had was that when we were doing a travel sequence, he would sometimes just sit in silence for around 15 minutes. And when we asked him, "Are we there yet?" he would answer, "Almost," and sit in silence for a little longer.
That's so funny.
And we all thought it was a bit strange, but I eventually realized it was actually because he was giving time for our characters to reach their destination instead of just cutting to the arrival at the location.
That's they don't. They're not unless they are real.
What do you
Is
mean?
this like a Ender's Game situation
I I just
where whenever you're like my character, I swing to hit the wolf, he just like types into his phone a SWAT team member just like hits someone.
I
It's happening in a warehouse somewhere. You're controlling like saw puppets.
I if he was taking notes,
Mm.
surely that'd be fine. But is he just like crossing his arms and like looking dead ahead?
He gets travel sick as well.
Oh no!
Could you? He like looks at you and he's like, could you slow down? My car, my rules.
He's trying not to be sick while he's thinking about traveling. Eventually, as a group, we decided to give him some advice on his DMing, and he made the effort to really improve. The last part of his campaign was amazing, and everyone really enjoyed it. He sometimes even runs one shots when I am unable to attend the session. It's so cool to see how far his storytelling has come. But I can't help but think back and laugh at some of his more peculiar eccentricities. Right, the Fallout one isn't a quirk. I think you're just getting bored,
I think you're interrupting his
right?
Fallout time.
Yeah. You're all calling him in like a group Zoom. Just be like, come on, man. Uh,
He's like,
I
I can't come off the game. I have to travel in the game. I have to walk from one side. I can't fast travel. How do you expect me to beat this game? It takes me 15 minutes to get anywhere.
it's like, come on. It's like, oh, we've actually got to travel across continent. Yeah, right, I'll see you guys in a couple days.
Maybe that's why.
Everyone stay.
Maybe that's why he plays Fallout in between it, because he's like, when you say, "Oh, I'd like to go to the next town," he's like, "Well, it's 15 minutes."
He's simulating it.
He's like,
He's
"God, they're gonna be a
in-game
while."
simulating it.
That gives me
Oh,
15 minutes to
wow.
tidy up the house.
Boot up some rogue trader, like, fucking hell.
That would really ruin a lot of your campaigns because you make us move around a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like campaigns that. That's we're in one city in your campaign now. I feel bad because it really works.
I famously did that because you said it doesn't work, so I did it out
Yeah.
of
But I
spite.
think that's because you really need to if you're gonna make a campaign that stays in one place, you need to really flash out every location and make it so that people don't feel like they visited everything in the first 5 minutes.
Mm. Treat
So do you,
houses like houses,
like
not
cities
yeah.
sort of thing.
How yeah,
Yeah,
how
if you're thinking of scaling it.
a house is a house that someone lives in and has all of their stuff in it. Like, and every person is a key NPC. You
Yeah,
cannot do it
yeah.
any other way, I don't think. Also, I've written
It.
like 300 years of history for that city.
Jesus Christ.
I had to. I couldn't help myself. I had to. I'm ill. I'm ill in the
I
brain.
didn't mean
I
to.
slipped and I wrote about a dragon, and then I was like, "Oh God, dragons live for forever."
I I can't imagine not having like an in-game conversation for 15 minutes while traveling. Or do you
Yeah.
think he pauses it every time you guys talk?
Well, that eats into the 15 minutes, or that's additional to the 15 minutes.
It eats into it.
I think that eats into. I think it has to. Maybe he's just his like parents are divorced, but like but live
Explain.
together. But live together. So every car ride he's ever had has been just like
Oh
15 minutes
no,
silence sat there.
that's so
It
sad.
is sad, and it's that kind of sadness that he's managed to leak into his writing. So actually, he's a genius. He's a genius.
It all makes sense. If you were gonna suggest, because I know that we both do traveling very differently, because I
Yeah.
think we've had very different advice on traveling. How would you suggest doing large scale traveling?
Large scale traveling, I would recommend doing it the
Yeah.
way that they do it over at not another D&D podcast, where you kind of like gain levels of exhaustion if you fail like dexterity rolls. So they had that while climbing a mountain. They had have something interesting happening like while you're on the adventure. So they had a pack of gnolls tracking their player characters, and they would roll for the gnolls to see if they gained on them, and they'd roll for the players to see if they, kept that distance and were downwind and whatever. So
Hmm.
if you're doing really long, I don't tend to do really long traveling because I tend to write threats that you cannot, um, you don't have the time. I think that's right. That
Yeah.
makes sense. You play in my games, you know
I
what I
kind of
mean.
get what you mean. Yeah, 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 yeah.
If you spent days traveling, people would die. It would be your fault. Um,
No, that's true.
but where I have done it, it's been like um, have if something doesn't happen on the road, just fast
Mhm.
travel it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Counted as like a short rest or even a long rest if it's long enough.
Yeah, if something doesn't happen on the road, and I would suggest you have something happen on the road, um, something of interest. They come along a cabin that's had it. You came along the cabin that the bad guy was staying in, so you got to
Because
learn a bit about him before you knew that
I,
was his cabin.
because I do random encounter tables, and I know
Yes.
you don't like them very much.
No, I used to do them as well,
Mm.
and it's not that I don't like them. I think it was Brennan said something like it, and he said that um, when you write a random encounter table, there are two things that there's like one or two that you really want to happen, and about 18 duds.
Yeah.
So just do the two,
Well,
or roll and lie. If you've got 20 things that you equally want to do, Kyle, then random encounter table.
yeah, I was gonna say because I don't. It's not necessarily that there's one that I want to do more, but I find that a lot of the time people are gonna be jumping back and forth. If you have an area that is consistently going to be traveled back and forth a lot, or like a continent that's like similar planes that you can sort of just have, like if everything is forest, for example, if you have a large area that's all forest, but it's different routes each time that they're taking. I think if you have a bunch of stuff in that forest that you would like to have happen, I don't think it's too bad, but I
Yeah,
do kind of agree with if you are running, especially pre-writtens, which I don't think anyone writes that I
no,
talk to. Um, but yeah, if you're running a pre-written, like Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, is one that has a big table of random encounters, and so many of them are like kind of nothing. I think it's difficult because I think you're supposed to play them like a checklist. I think you're only supposed to encounter some of them once. Like one of them is an adult white dragon. You
Yeah, that had
can't
to happen.
keep Yeah, that kind of has to happen, and you can't keep encountering her because you're gonna get
Killed.
someone's gonna fail their like stealth check at one point, and then everyone's dead. But something that is quite interesting that book does is there's two tables that you roll two d20s on one table. You set one of them as a blizzard dice, and then you roll it, and then you roll the d20 for the encounter table. And if you roll, I think it's below the blizzard dice, the random encounter happens in the ice in like a blizzard, and
If you
so
roll
the
above
encounter changes.
the blizzard dice, the workplace becomes really uncomfortable for women.
No, no.
But
That's such an upsetting comment because both of us wanted to work for
we
Blizzard
really
for
wanted
a
to work for
while.
Blizzard. Imagine if, though, Carl, you rolled that random encounter table and it just gave you a number of minutes to sit still and be silent for.
Oh, 35.
35. Sorry, guys. It's a long
Put your
trip.
hands up.
I can get a couple side quests in, I think, on Fallout 76.
Oh, my guild's doing a
Like,
raid.
Guild's doing a raid.
Excellent.
You guys don't
Oh,
dual
just
monitor your RPGs.
absolutely lacking.
At least he's not playing
I need a
another
second monitor.
tabletop. Maybe he's not playing it. You know what I mean?
That's true. I think that'd be so rough if you just hear him like a fumble as they like try and mute their mic, and they're in like a complete different system. It's like, okay, is the Void Beast anywhere near my ship? And it's just like, what?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
Oh shit! I didn't mute.
This is a
Yeah, you guys have
farming
25
simulator.
more minutes.
This is an arable real world simulator. Oh no, guys, you've been traveling for 40 minutes. Uh, that was a dream.
That was a
That was
dream.
a dream.
No, a rabid farmer shouted that out to you.
Oh man,
I got no more to say on that one. That was kind of just like
that one's so
odd.
it's so funny. I think the funny bit is just him just sitting there.
I think it's surely they were the first DM in their group
It's like Mr.
to
Miyagi.
DM, right?
It's like Mr. Miyagi. Are we nearly there yet? No. Patience.
Wait,
Wait.
but like, cause like you learnt DMing from
You.
me partially. Yeah, this sounds so like pig-headed for me to be like,
No, no, no. I
like,
learnt it from you. You were the bar that I had not to beat, but had to like. I wanted you to experience what you'd allowed my party to experience through COVID. I wanted you to see and feel that,
mm,
like how you made us feel, and give you kind of what you gave us in like a good way. I don't want to be like, oh, you taste of your own medicine. Oh, let's kill your first character.
absolutely fucking.
And
You mean like blasting a laser beam through a window when I have 8 health?
hey, man, you were a level 8.
Yeah, it's my bad. I should have healed. Um, it's yeah. I
I learnt a
learned
bit from
from
watching Brennan and NADPOD and honestly, Draw Detectives. Um,
yeah.
Ju-
That's one that I don't get heard call out enough.
Julia Lepetit puts like actually a whole year into each season, if not more time, because she does all the art for it, um,
Mm.
and that's going into her like gaming portfolio. So because she wants to like diversify. Anyway, Draw Detectives, incredible. First series is a murder mystery with drawing in it. The second one is on a train traveling through space that no one remembers getting on. Um,
That's
very
fun.
cool, very silly.
I I think I listened to a lot more of Brennan's smaller, like, DM advice videos than I ever did watch his, like, actual plays, because I don't know what it is. I cannot watch D&D actual plays at all.
Hurts your brain.
I think so. Like, it's even when it's got like an interesting concept. Like, I've tried Critical Role, I've tried Dimension
Yeah,
20,
but as
I've
as
tried.
famous antagonist of the podcast,
No, no,
Matthew
no.
Mercer,
Okay. Oh, they're gonna attack us
they
again.
can't. They need
I'm
to.
not.
We need to build a. Either we build a concrete rivalry or we cower down. I'd
I was
rather they
about to
talk
suggest
about it.
cowering down.
No,
Okay, we don't. We never back
we
down.
never back down. I'm not.
Um,
I'm not suggesting that we replace or even go against them. I'm suggesting that we're just not on their side. We're a healthy alternative. We're never going to cross over.
yeah, I don't know if we want to be the vegetarians of this community.
The
That doesn't
vegetarian.
seem like
Are
a
you having a critical role detox? Can you not
kind of.
find
I
where
don't
the
know.
crit
Eat.
is? I can't either. Welcome
No.
to Encounter Proposal.
No,
It's fine. It's not
don't do
real.
that to me.
It's not real. It doesn't exist. Do you
Oh,
know
fuck.
women can't actually
Um,
roll crits?
I think it's.
It's a myth.
I no.
Ugh.
I don't know what it is. I just can't listen to them. I've started listening to a like Call of Cthulhu slash Mothership slash Morkborg playthrough
Are you having a
channel.
stroke?
Amazing. No, these are all insane systems that I have discovered over the last couple months.
I was with you until
Oh,
slash Morkborg, where you turned into Swedish chef.
do you not know what Morkborg
No, I don't know what
is?
Morkborg is.
It's a doom metal end of the world system, and it's crazy and everyone loves it, and I don't know the rules, and it sounds very fun because it's described as doom metal, and the only like clips I've seen from that playthrough is there's like they both play shapeshifters, and they keep like finding monkeys in the jungle, and it's such an interesting like doom metal as an aesthetic for a role-playing game is so fun.
Sounds cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
very different. I know
they could have
Morkborg
picked a
is
different
huge.
name. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I think it's. I don't know what it's inspired by. I know it's given a lot of inspiration to a lot of other systems. Like whenever I've picked up a system recently, I've looked at like the inspirations, and Morkborg is always listed. Like Death in Space lists Morkborg, Eat the Reich lists Morkborg. I think Blades in the Dark mentions it.
Mm.
It's very interesting. It's quite popular.
It does sound
But
ridiculous, though.
yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think it takes itself
Do we
seriously though. To be fair,
do we call our tabletop something like Morkborg?
I think it's
And I'm not suggesting we call it Morkborg.
yeah.
I've been writing a little card game in my own time,
Hmm.
and I've called it I Swears I See Them. So we could
I like that a lot.
go for something
That's very fun.
silly.
Yeah.
Do we have another um, person for the burn book?
Oh, we do. We have three more,
My
which I'm now worried
God.
we may not get through.
Hey, we're getting
Um.
a couple in. We need one that I can draw
Okay.
because
Oh
at the
God.
moment I'm
Okay.
drawing the Fallout guy Sat Steel.
No. Okay.
So give us some visuals. Give us some
Pick a number. Pick a number between 1, 2, or 3.
false.
False.
False is
Okay.
I rolled a false. So
So,
4.
this story goes. Around 10 years ago, I was invited to join an online Legend of the Five Rings campaign that was about to start. I think that's Lord of the Rings.
That's the Lord
I'll
of the
give this a quick
Rings.
Google.
I'll give it a Google because I thought Marvel because I'm a big old
Oh
nerd.
no,
But
it's
it's
not.
10
No,
rings.
Legend of the Five Rings. Legend of the Five Rings is like an Asian
Oh yeah, where they
mythology.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the one.
like an
Yeah,
Eastern mythology inspired. It's very good. Apparently, that's a very, very well done
that's very cool.
system.
I like the
My
art a
friend was
lot.
curious.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very like painterly almost. It's very nice. That's what I saw anyway. My friend was very curious about the system and wanted to give it a try. Since he was making a sorceress, I decided to make a ninja as her bodyguard and Toadie, who would do the dirty work. Little did I know what the hell we were about to walk into. For the most part, the session was nothing special. That is until one of the players turned on his microphone and started describing his actions while a loud fan was whirring away in the room. That's tough
That's really
because
funny.
I've got players who have that sort of thing, and like it happens. Sometimes it's really fucking. This was 5 months ago. We had a rough like summer a little while back.
Yeah.
To be fair, and with everybody playing online, that's fair enough. Abrasive but not awful, until it turned out he would fall asleep a little while after his turn was over, routinely. This was accompanied not only by the sound of a loud fan, but loud, deep snoring.
Bro, he's slacking. He's
Oh.
slacking from Pokemon. He's really good for his one
Yeah.
round and then he falls asleep. He's like a glass
And then
cannon.
he's just... I pass out.
That's
Isn't it
sick.
Regigigas? You have to, like, wait for him to just wake up.
Yeah, Regigigas has he can attack once every 4 turns, I think.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
slacking can
man.
do every other
Amazing
turn.
design.
So cool. Yeah, that's
Uh,
as long as I'd give this guy like 3 actions in 1 turn, and just have the players have to like cope with the fact that they have a team player that can only like do 1 attack around, and then he's conked out. They have to wake him up. It's part of the game.
I don't know how I would deal with this, because I've had, like, in the middle of a fight, too, where you want to try and keep, like, D&D's combat. Oh, no, it's not D&D's combat. Okay. Ooh, already shoot myself in the foot. I don't know what this system's combat is like, but any system
Oh,
in a tabletop game,
you
combat can be rough.
you swing a pocket watch in front of the player's face for the combat in this one.
Oh my god, it all makes so much sense now. You light a lavender candle and you count sheep, and whoever counts the most goes
Sheep
first.
wins.
For
Had
the most
a
part,
I
anyway.
had a Welsh friend.
Go on.
I had a Welsh friend who asked for his body count, and he fell asleep. Swish.
The story carries on. We said, surely this can't happen again, right? And we went back for another session where it happened again. In fact, it happened at every session we played, of which there were very few. Worse, the player would cheat when he was awake. For instance, he insisted his character heard my ninja hiding in a bush, despite me successfully staying out of sight, and proceeded to patrol the area for in-game hours,
Mate.
declaring a rustling bush meant a ninja might be skulking about. Oh, no.
Mate, this is an NPC for our game. 100%. A guy that attacks once, cheats, and falls asleep.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
not your
amazing.
rating.
And he's this big, like, shinobi guy. He's like a huge,
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
like,
man.
shinobi, and he walks in and he's like, I'm ready for a fight. I can see you.
Oh my
He cheats at the battle, and then he falls asleep because he gets bored, and he's like a powerhouse. That's genuinely sick. I really like that. I want him to be like a big crocodile man.
Oh, that'd be fun. Why are there no crocodile people in?
Big sleepy crocodile. I don't know. We'd write them in. Well, they'd be part of the lizard
That's
race
true.
because we've broadened it now.
Oh, yeah, there is. I guess that kind of works. You can do lizard folk. It's close enough.
I want to do it like
They-
like Die does objects, where they tell you that like, oh, you have a sharp thing, and then they're like, this character has a gun or something. And you're like, yeah, you're a lizard or something, lizardy. You got scales.
You have scales, just fly with it.
Yeah, you know.
He would try to force a perception check at every opportunity, to the point where he would check individual library aisles for me, and my only solace was a very high sneaking skill. He would even visit the same room several times whenever I made a move, insisting he heard something suspicious. He would try to get others on board to search for this absolutely real ninja, but thankfully they didn't take the bait. Point out that this was not the only issue with this game. Shortly after this incident, my ninja was preparing to fulfill a mission to kill a minor lord. His guards proved a little challenging as I
Oh.
silently dispatched them to the tune of snoring and whirring fan blades when I entered the Lord's room to find him sleeping. However, things went pear-shaped very quickly. Despite rolling very well, you see, I stepped on a board and this caused the minor Lord to kip up from his bed instantly and engage me in fist-to-blade combat. In a single round, a naked and unarmed man with what turned out to be stats bordering on supernatural beatdown, and soon after imprisoned my armoured blade-wielding ninja. When our snoring friend woke up to have his turn, he'd gleefully cackle about how the ninja was about to be executed. The game collapsed soon after, but this is just a small and funny memory from an unpleasant experience.
That's so funny.
My God.
It's funny to have both the traits of super paranoid about a ninja sneaking up to kill me and can't help but fall asleep. Like, that's such a funny dichotomy to have in one man.
Yeah. How?
Just to be like, I will track this ninja with a level of perception which is unmatched because I'm so paranoid that there is a little man somewhere in this house. But the moment I stop moving, I am asleep. I'm on the floor.
It's just so. I don't know how you carry on playing with someone
Hey,
like that. You know?
I do. I figured it out. Give him
Go on.
to the DM from earlier. He can nap in the car.
Nap in the car.
He's got a 15-minute wait period in between every movement. He can have a little nap. Solved it.
Oh,
Solved it.
insane.
I didn't realise we were running a dating agency, but solved it.
Apparently.
He doesn't do battle aftercare. He just falls asleep.
I've had players interrupt me during combats and monologues for the wildest shit, and I've had like sessions cancelled for less than this. But like falling asleep during a session while your fan is on your mic.
Kyle, I want piss. Can I? Kyle,
Oh,
please.
no, honestly,
Can I go get
I'll
a
tell
Kit
you
Kat?
after. I'll tell you after.
That,
But, like,
that means
there's
it wasn't
some
me, everyone.
nuts ones.
That means it wasn't me.
It wasn't you. If
Yay!
you have to cancel a session, it's fine. If it's last minute, it's fine. But if
Yeah.
it's oh god, I can't even.
I keep having migraines where I go like partially blind in one of my eyes over the last couple of days.
That's enough to cancel a session.
Yeah, and then the migraine kicks in, and it's like that's my warning sign for the migraine. I got like 20 minutes after I go like weirdly blind, and it's called kaleidoscope vision or something.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh,
How do I get that?
It's pretty fun. Apart from the fact I was playing a video game and then suddenly I couldn't see. It was like the bottom corner was blurry and I kept getting jumped by creatures.
Oh.
Didn't like it. But like, if I was like, "Hey Kyle, I've gone blind," cancel the session. Like mid combat, I was like, "Hey Kyle, sorry about this. I'm going absolutely blind."
Mid combat would be crazy.
That would be
but
nuts.
Also, like, oh my god.
I had so much fun. We ran a session of my campaign at yours the other day. It was just a fight.
Yes.
And I think that went really well.
Which is
I just want to say it went really well.
It's big because there's a big distance between us all.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
It's very nice. Yeah, that went very well. That was very fun.
Yeah. I like running my combats. Yeah, it's a good bit of news. We can still do it without falling asleep.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's
At our age,
Just
that's pretty
remember,
impressive.
if you're ever arguing with your group,
They're awake.
At least they're not falling asleep. Yeah, they're awake and present. Because sometimes you'll be in the middle of like a scene, especially theater of the mind. Oh my god, so difficult. But and you'll have someone be like, "Oh, I'll just do so and so." It's like, no, they've just left. I've just described them leaving. That was the last words I said.
Yeah.
Or what would you like to do? And it's like, yeah, fair enough. Sometimes it's very difficult to pay attention to online game.
You start thinking ahead of what you're going to do, and you kind of miss details sometimes.
Yes.
That's
yeah,
very
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
But I'm very quick to be like, no, you can't do that. That was wrong. You're incorrect.
No, false. Yeah. So yeah.
Sophie's spotting a bed on the map and being like, "Can I crawl under the bed, shoot him in the knee, and then hide back under the bed?" I was like, "Yes, you can."
Why, yes, of course.
Don't even roll. That's hilarious. I think that's also fair. Don't
Yeah,
don't roll.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
so funny. Like,
I found quite a few systems that are just like sometimes you need to learn when to not ask for a roll,
yeah,
which I feel like the new D&D rulebooks are gonna have.
hopefully. There's a
Yeah.
bit in Die for one of the characters where it's like roll a d10, like ask for something impossible to happen from your patron. Roll a d10. On an odd number, it happens. On an even number, it happens, but something goes wrong. So there's no scenario where it doesn't happen.
That's fun. I like that.
I think that's the best case scenario. Like the player gets what they
Yeah.
wanted. You know, no one wants. I mean, sometimes it's fun to be like, your gun jams, so you can't do that.
Yeah, like I think complications in any game are fun, but you should make it so that a complication doesn't stop the story from enhancing
Yeah.
or advancing even.
But it's like
I think that's a huge one.
you land the bullet, but it goes so fast that it goes through and it also hits. It's like a random person.
Oh my god.
I know that most parties wouldn't care about that. I've discovered that
Hmm.
most D&D parties, if you like stray killed a random person, you wouldn't care, which is wild to me. I think we play too many good guy campaigns. We either play good
I
guys or
think
bad
so.
guys, and no in between.
Bad guy campaigns are so tough though because it so quickly becomes okay. I burn this down. Okay, this is in a world where like there's not really, you know what I mean? Like in D&D, you are the most powerful person in
Yeah.
the room. So
Yeah,
if you
I,
run a bad
I
guy
killed
campaign,
the
it's very tough.
police
Yippee!
because I don't
Well,
like.
you said that we were supposed to be playing a bad guy campaign.
Hey, hey, it's such a me comment. I've really corrupted you.
Look what you've done. I was never really. Oh man, I forgot there's something else I gotta tell you. Oh
Carl's ACAB phase.
no, it's good enough. Yeah, someone in work told me the other day that they were like, I'll maybe cut this out. They were like, oh, yeah, I want to join the police, and I was like, really?
Why?
And he was like, yeah, that sounds fun. And I was like, okay, I'm the best.
What have I
Best
said
rap
to you?
lately? Is there anything else you want to do?
What have I said
Literally
recently?
my words. It's such a like, oh, it just sounds fun. Don't know. I've always wanted to do it. That's not fair enough.
Yeah, they've not been getting great press.
No,
You
exactly.
want to join these police? To quote J. Cole, there are good and great people who join the police and who are in the police, but the system is bad.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's not what this podcast is about. But it also means that when we run police in our games, they're either weirdly like the police in my game. I'm weirdly sympathetic to the fact that they're basically a neighborhood watch.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You've got to make it like you've got to find it an interesting way to do it because not everybody wants to like play through the whole like
Police brutality is bad. Don't run that, please.
Yeah, so there's like interesting ways of doing it. Like a lot of the time in fantasy, you do find that like the guard's watch is corrupt.
Yeah.
Like, the Flaming Fist in Baldur's Gate so consistently the bad guys in
Yeah.
in most. Yeah, like
But
there's outliers.
because of recent events, we decided not to do that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And my policemen are sweethearts. They're little guys.
I don't know if I've had police in many places. Most of the
No.
time, I mean, technically, Sophie's character is like the closest thing to it.
Yeah, I've had someone who wants to play a private eye, so I've had to write an actual police force, and they are all pig people.
That's okay,
What?
Who said subtlety was
Subtlety's
bad?
not dead. It's fine. It's fine.
The next one.
Yeah? Yeah, hit me with it.
So,
This might be a long one.
The first line is, "I'm not sugarcoating this, so no initials or characters."
Oh,
Friend had me sit in.
my
on
facts
their
don't
home
care
game-
about your feelings.
Yeah, it's. My friend had me sit in on their homebrew game a couple days ago, wanting my advice as a forever DM after watching their regular session. Cool plot, fun party of characters. I had some meh vibes from a guy we'll call Josh, because that's his name. Josh was the only person to ask about why I was sitting in, and then kept going, alright, like I was there for any reason besides watching the game. One of the other players read it differently, assumed he was implying me and my friend were a thing, despite them having a girlfriend, so he backpedaled hard
Mean
and
Girls.
shut up for a while. I'm so confused. What does that even mean?
We got Mean Girls.
With the Mean Girls.
You're here watching this game in those
If
shoes.
I was... So is it like they're a couple sessions in or something?
Yeah, and this guy's gone, can you come just like make sure I'm doing it properly?
That's kind of sweet.
It is.
Quite nice.
It's nice of them to go and do it as well and be like, yeah, I'll just,
I'd have them play like an NPC or something, though, right?
Or maybe they don't want, like a war photographer, an animal photographer. Don't interact. I'm not in the room.
Okay, no, that's fair. So the story carries on. The issue I had was that he seemed to roll weird. He wasn't hiding the rolls exactly.
Keeps throwing it in the air.
Seemed like his... Honestly. But it seemed like his rolls only ever happened when something else was going on. And in a combat-heavy session, I was noticing weirdly high and consistent damage out of a barb who wasn't even at strength 16.
Now who's the mean girl? A bard who's not even at strength 16.
Barb, barbarian.
Oh, Barb. I thought you misspoke.
Yes, I hate when people like we've already got bard.
Yeah.
It's barbarian. You can call him a Barbie if you want.
A barb, a fig, a war, a clerk. All my favorite D&D characters.
No other class gets like shortened.
I love to play the RT.
Oh, my Drewy. Like,
what? Oh, Drewy.
But as all things do, 3 hours in, and at the third to last combat, Jesus Christ, people are content to sit quietly and wait for things to play out. But this guy needs to roll to hit.
He yells.
He's trying to strike up a combo about either food to get after or bringing up a joke. We beat the horse with an arrow. Oh, okay. So it's like he's trying.
He yells, okay. Over there, a bird!
Literally, he's just,
So, crazy weather we're having, actually. A bird! And then I roll a 20. You didn't see. She goes to another school.
Finally, everyone is just like, dude, roll it already. But, like, jokingly, albeit very tired. So imagine a dead silence when he rolls the dice in his little tray, and they stick in place where they land, not moving once they hit the felt material.
He's bong!
Me being a bit tired and kind of miffed from earlier, swipe his dice and toss them in the tray, expecting a regular roll. They land and stick in place again. This absolute loser bought a magnum-bottomed tray to what's essentially my friend's first campaign, and a big moment to tell a story with this new group of people. She mainly pulled from the game store they went to. After a lot of accusations and talk about what a dick move this was, Josh left out and apparently left the store Discord. I stayed out of it. Not my game, not my group, but seriously, what sort of lame motherfucker has to ruin a homebrew campaign with a magnet tray?
Who's cheating at... Oh, that's so funny.
How much money do you think goes into one of these?
I don't know. A magnet tray? I've never actually heard of that. I've heard of, like, weighted dice. I've not heard of magnet tray. You do dong and it like lands perfectly.
Yeah, literally like a gong playing every time you roll. It's like
it's the fact he's trying to like strike up conversation.
It's like, okay, right, so we're at the the final stretch. The big bad sort of makes this huge speech, and you, the player, are about to make the final attack. Roll to hit.
Anyone else smell like almonds? Is anyone smelling almonds?
Sorry?
Is it, can you smell almonds?
No. Did you want to roll to hit?
A dyslexic man walks into a bra.
It's like the third time you said that today. It's kind of funny, I guess.
So what's the deal with tavern food?
Can you roll the fucking dice?
Is that squirrel? Is that squirrel?
No, it's not. It's 9 o'clock. I don't know how you can see outside. We all want to go home. Can you roll the dice? What the fuck was that?
That's just how I roll dice.
Is there a marching band outside?
Straight down. I roll dice straight down from the sky.
How do you get through 3 hours of combat, or like 3 hours of a session without someone noticing?
That's so
How do you
funny.
get magnetic dice?
I don't even know if are the dice magnetic, or is the? I guess they'd have
Surely,
to be.
if the yeah. How
That's
do they
so
work?
funny. How does this work? Asking for a friend.
That was an Insane Clown Posse reference there. If you didn't.
Magnets. How do they work?
Do you have any
I
juggalos in your school?
I did not. I had a couple of gigolos, but
What's the difference?
you just stand up and your printout book gets stuck to the tray.
I'll see you all next week.
So sorry about this.
Did I send you that picture of the guy I saw on like Reddit? I think fucking Reddit, and he was a guy in like the magnet fishing community, and his like Amazon parcel was just stuck to his door, like right in the middle.
Nice.
That was pretty funny.
That's so good.
And he was like, "Guess what came in the mail?"
Can you imagine ordering like magnets in several boxes? That'd be a good bit. You order
Oh no!
you order like several heavy duty magnets to like your entire street. So the Amazon driver comes out and he picks up one of the boxes and they all stick together.
Oh no!
That's so funny.
Ugh.
And
I
then
wanna do
everyone
magnet fishing.
everyone on your street gets a heavy duty magnet. That's a treat that's hard to beat.
That's true. You can just start like wiping people's hard drive.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Why? How would you use a heavy duty?
How would I use a heavy duty magnet? I would see what I could hang from it at first.
Yeah, that's your first.
Because you could like hang your whole body weight from it, right?
Mm.
And then
I
try and electrify it. You know the ones you like
mean,
turn
they're
off and
kinda
on.
strong.
Yeah,
Like I don't know if you do you stop to watch the magnet fishing videos?
I've not stopped to watch the magnet fishing videos.
No, you know when you go through
You watch
reels
magnet,
and you
dude.
get, like...
Fish aren't made of metal. What are you on about?
Sometimes though. I've
You
actually
hit-
seen someone pull up a fish with a magnet fishing thing.
Really? And it
There's
swallowed.
a hook in its mouth.
And it swallowed a dice tray.
Yeah. That reminds me. Have you seen the? There was an old Warhammer thing a little while back, and it was a guy who kept.
That's what I call my
rolling
wife.
Perfect. He kept rolling perfect sixes in like this game that everyone was playing, and everyone was trying to get him to like test his dice, and he just refused to do it. So one of the things that when you buy loaded dice is stop me if I've told this story before.
You have.
One of the things I have told this story.
Yeah, you told it on our pilot that isn't out, so you can tell it
Oh,
again.
did I really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. So when you buy loaded dice, you get one that always lands on a 1 and one that always lands on a 6. Just for like, for if anybody checks you, you just go, look, see, I rolled as bad as possible.
0 the 1.
Wink.
Oh, wink.
And so this guy is just getting grilled by the whole room.
You would
no, come on.
That would
Test your dice.
absolutely shatter the Marvel dice game system where 1 is higher than 6.
Honestly.
Aces are high.
So this guy is like, right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom and he comes back and he's like, look, normal dice, and he rolls, like 2s, 3s, and 4s. And someone else is like, it seems a little bit fishy. So they go to the bathroom and there's a picture that like circulates around. It'll be up on screen. In the toilet, he's dumped his dice and tried to flush them, but obviously weighted dice are just going to sit at the bottom of the tank, so you can just see a 1 and a 6 sitting at the bottom of the toilet. It's so like, how
You'd think they'd land on number 2.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I've got one. Where does he get the other dice from?
But like, how do you
Does he
spend all the
shelve
cheating
them?
dice? And then, like,
He comes.
fuck, I guess I'll just.
He leaves the bathroom and he's got more dice. Has he
Yeah.
shelved them?
That's a less dice than you normally have.
I used to work at Waterstones, and they asked me to shelve all the all the tomes of the encyclopedia, and I got fired very quickly. It's an old one,
Oh,
oldie but goodie.
there you go. There's the infamous picture.
That's so funny. That's much better than
Which
the
I
picture of a
mean,
toilet I have on my phone.
I don't want to know.
I went into my work bathroom and it looked like someone had thrown like a chocolate cake in it from a height.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, yeah, it's so funny that he was like, "I'm gonna go check. I don't believe this man. Let me go look at his. That's so sus.
It's just horrible.
I don't believe your dice aren't weighted. Let me watch you piss."
We do have one last one if we want to round it out.
I don't. I'm officer. I followed her into the bathroom because I thought her dice were weighted.
You'll never guess what I just said.
Officer, no, please. You don't understand. She's rolling sixes.
Right, yeah. Do you want me to read this last one out?
Yes.
We are running a little bit.
We are. I don't think we're going to be able to record two today. We might.
Maybe.
I'm having a breakdown.
This happened a long time ago. Playing Dark Heresy Warhammer with in real life friends. The game master wanted to do a more down to earth campaign, having us make arbiters, which is police characters, rather than the typical inquisitorial agents.
Sorry,
The supernatural.
I'm going to interrupt already. In real life friends. I was playing Horus Heresy with my imaginary friend, Bing Bong.
No. Well, I mean, it's not past the. It's better than the people that people find online.
That's true. Those are not real life friends.
Every online group I've heard is a horror story.
Yeah.
I've never. Yeah.
Apart from us.
No, but we met in person. This is like.
That's true. After meeting
we have
online.
We have to play at 5 o'clock in the evening until 2 in the morning because we've got.
That's true.
American and Swedish players.
That's true.
Um.
Classic xenophobic Kyle.
No, I'm just saying that it's I personally don't have
I just don't like him.
the drive to play. I cannot play a game that at those times.
I'm speaking British, or on British times, right? Not
Whoa,
Swedish
whoa,
times, Morgborg.
I think I am fully within my right to say I do not want to play from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 2 in the morning.
Yeah, that is within your rights. I will play and I'll stand in front of this statue.
No.
I'm just mucking about. I know what you mean. I think that there are other issues with online play, and that's that like if someone is on their own and they know a lot about D&D and they're willing to play with strangers, like if you know a lot about D&D, generally because you've got a D&D group, and if you're now like drifting, it's because you've been kicked out of that D&D group.
Yeah.
So
you get a lot of.
You're building like the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, you're on like the bottom of the barrel, I think, online, because a lot of people, obviously a lot of people who play online are,
Virgins.
just trying to start out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some people are, in real life group rejects.
Yeah.
Because you're the worst. You're one of these people.
You're one of these people. You sit still for 15 minutes.
Apparently Warhammer gets that a lot, where people's armies has a kill counter, and they will see a new player to the hobby and just be like, it's another notch on the rifle, and just stomp some new player.
Did you see that that post the other day? It was like, how didn't they know that Horus Heresy was going to betray them when his name is Horus Heresy? And they go, I think it's like, well done, Horus Heresy, you've bested me, you really are the Warhammer 40k.
Oh.
It's like if you're like, wow, we are the Dungeons and Dragons.
There's some quotes like that in Baldur's Gate where some characters will be like, oh, there's always another day, another dungeon. I'm like, shut up. Shut that back up.
They do that in the new Mortal Kombat game. They list the name of every other Mortal Kombat game, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's great. They're like, is this some kind of deadly alliance?
Is this some kind of MK?
Is this some kind of MK Ultra? Are we putting LSD in the lakes?
No,
They should
we would never do
they should
that.
add Bush to the game. I
Yeah,
think it's
I
missing
think a
him.
lot of people would like to beat him up.
You remember his famous quote, "Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me two times, never get fooled again."
No, no.
What a guy. Anyway, as you were,
Awful.
they were playing with
Uh,
real life friends. They're playing with.
and they're playing police in a Dark Heresy game. We realize early on the big bad is a noble who has vast resources and knowledge. He's also really slippery, and we've struggled to get any evidence of
Oh,
actual wrongdoing.
lube
The
man.
campaign goes on for months. We end up following blind leads. Some sessions we made no progress, but we continue with the investigation either way. At one point, we have a huge action scene, and some of us die or are maimed, taking months in game to recover with cybernetics. Generally, in the campaign, we each had 2 to 3 characters die, but due to various combat scenes which were used to in the inquisitorial campaigns, but hoped it would be better in this one. Did any of those words make sense to you?
No.
Okay, awesome. I think it's like in the okay, so in the more like higher stakes games, they're quite used to having like 2 to 3 characters die, but they were hoping with a more toned down one, it would be more
Right.
like
Less death.
relaxed. Yeah. So we were told the investigation is time sensitive, and we were getting quite worried. The second to last session comes along, and we have my character at a place where it's playing a fine line between helping the arbiters, the police, and helping the big bads to get information. I meet with the big bad's right hand man and convince him we got to work together. Convince him we have to work together to take down the big bad. I now realize that this is written very poorly. Convince him we got to work together to take the big bad down. Oh god, I should have vetted these. We didn't discuss specifics, but we'll figure it out next time. Last session rolls in and the GM explains that we have a meeting with the big bad. It's a bit alarming, but not the first time. We go to his mansion. In the main hall, we enter to see Big Bad. Next to him is the beaten to shit right hand man. Big Bad's monologue about how he figures out all my players' plans, all my characters' plans, and now it's time for me to die. He grabs my head and crushes my skull. No saves,
Huh?
just death.
Huh?
The GM then went on to unpack the plot as no one at the table understood what was going on. No, how do you point at a player who is like putting their whole chest into a campaign? Squish. Anyway, so basically, what was happening was like, this is insane.
That's
How did
so
these people
funny.
exist?
I think that person watched a very specific horror movie. Because that
What would you
happens in
say?
horror movies a lot. It's like everything is going fine, and then like the worst brutality happens, or they were just mad that the people weren't understanding the plot.
Yeah. Well, we had a friend who had like the exact same thing happen to them in a campaign, and then they got like a grade card for
Yes,
it, telling them how poorly.
they got like a C in playing D&D.
Oh, did they? Oh, that's pretty
So
good,
you know,
relatively, right?
yeah. But they only ever got A's in real life, so I don't think they would have accepted anything below an A.
Uh, I was gonna say, I think that's the most crushing news.
Yeah,
It's the letter.
the letter's the worst
The,
bit,
like,
not the like you were bad at game. Hey,
I hope that GM
What's
is
that guy that gets
playing.
mad at the guy for playing music? You're nothing.
Oh, the trumpet.
You're a nobody.
Nothing. No talent. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, him.
Don't get me on this. Don't get me on this. Oh, yeah, yeah. I bet he was the DM.
Yeah,
I hope he's doing okay. I saw an interview with him afterwards. It still makes no
he's
sense.
doing good. He wrote the Oppenheimer musical. I think.
No. Oh,
Hey,
yeah, that's actually my Linda Miranda.
it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good limp morale impression.
Limp Miranda impression.
Very good limp Miranda impression. Yeah. Limp smell Miranda.
The DM described. The DM ruled that being attacked during a speech counts as a surprise round, even though he's right in front of you.
I mean,
And
I guess it depends what you kind of because like it worked for that guy rolling dice. Maybe he was telling a really good joke.
it's it's astounding how poorly that was done, though, right? You can't just be like, no,
Yeah,
you die now. He grabs your head and crushes it. Can I save? No.
you'd have
I
to
like
roll.
how you
You'd have
die
to roll
save.
so high.
Yeah, I think that's the tough part.
You'd have to roll, and to show no remorse is
Mm,
nuts.
yeah,
I mean,
to then explain
again,
what was going on.
I've wiped players and shown no remorse. But that's because I didn't know it was going to happen.
Yeah,
Generally,
I need to get more used to
I got a good idea what's happening, and then Carl just won't heal.
that.
Carl will
It's not
refuse
my
to, not even just
fault.
between sessions, but just like he won't ever heal. So we'll walk into a
What?
fight where I'm 100% sure he can live through it. He gets hit and wiped immediately.
I can't help it. I am not a very good player. I don't do it very often.
You,
This is part
yeah,
time.
you knew that we were heading towards a really important fight, and the second you walk into the fight, the first thing you said was, "I have 2 spell slots, and they're both going to healing me."
Yeah, but it did damage.
It did damage,
You
yeah.
know, the first and last time I will ever use Vampiric Touch.
So funny. I have 2 spell slots, and they're not
As a
yours. I'm
warlock,
not sharing them.
I always get 2 spell slots.
I gave you a means to make more. I break D and
Yeah, that's
D
true.
for Kyle to
No,
become
I don't have a
incredibly
means to make
strong.
more. I thought I could just recover them.
Yeah, you can recover them.
I thought I didn't have a means to get more.
No, you can recover them
Yeah. Yeah.
through feeding them to an eldritch being.
It's fine. I'm playing that whole campaign like it's Call of Cthulhu anyway. He's gonna go insane.
He's already
like,
going
any
insane.
second.
He's going nuts.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, I lean into it.
Yeah, and for good reason. You don't get to bring an eldritch being into a game and expect your character to be like la la la.
Exactly.
I think
People need to try Call of Cthulhu. Great system.
it's very fun. I played a painter and he was depressed. It's great escapism.
No. I mean, he didn't survive.
Hey, I brought you into a die, and that is the least escapism you can do.
That's true.
Immediately, it was like therapy. It's crazy.
I was like, oh, this is rough. It's like, oh, make up a fake scenario. I'm like, okay.
How about my real life,
How I
my
feel
deepest
sometimes.
secrets?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like this.
It was crazy. You
Yeah.
both did it, and I'd also done it for my character, and I was like, I knew I was going to go hard. I didn't think you'd immediately both be like, so here's a thing I've never told my friends.
Basically. Oh, it's good though. I think it'll be good therapy.
For good therapy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Role-playing games should be nothing if not therapeutic.
It'll be therapy, and then occasionally me being like, in this guy's name is the RZA.
No, the music now.
The fact that I've written the Wu-Tang Clan members into it,
Yeah.
and one of them is called the RZA, and another one of them is called the Jizza, and like that's not aged great.
You can't really do anything with him.
The RZA and the Jizza are kind of out of contention. I think
You could do the RZA. He's a bard.
he's a bard. I guess it's short for Rakeem. Was it Rakeem? It's short for Rakeem. So I could just call him Rakeem. And Jizza is short for genius, which I don't think you can get away with that.
Giselle Miranda.
If you're like, why's your nickname at school Jizza? I'm a genius.
I'm really smart.
Really smart. Why have I found this text on your phone? Because I'm really smart.
And you allowed that to happen.
How did you get really smart in your hair?
Oh. Horrible. On that,
And on that
thank
note,
you very much for listening.
oh man, thank you.
Goodbye.